Well, good morning. A nice, rousing Mr. Jagger came blasting into my consciousness. You can't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes, you just might find you get what you need. And there's no way I can sing that at this time of the morning, especially the beautiful choral background that goes right up. So, that's what I've been given. We'll see where that takes us. Well, you can't always get what you want. That's it. But you get what you need. And sometimes we don't see that. Well, I don't want this. Where I wanted that. Where? You see, your prayer's answered, as they all are. Get it? But we haven't got the maturity to see that. Do it again. You can't always get what you want. But if you try sometime, you just might find you get what you need. Anyway, I used to be a singer. Oh my God, no. Okay. I sang at Stonehenge quite a few years ago, and I was on the Peace Convoy stage. Now, this isn't just for you guys. Yep. This is clicking me another, how can I put it, appearance. Because I literally did appear. I had been on technically like a 3-year retreat. If you looked at it from a Buddhist point of view. Buddhists quite often have themselves walled up or put into a cave and have their food slid under a door, which they do this at Sammy Ling, even though this is a 21st century, well, that's coming in at a 21st century skit. Seems to be a musical day today. As we open up, you can imagine there's a host of guides all trying to assist you and get impressions through. You do have, we're going back to a doorkeeper, like keeps order. Oh, but I want to, sort of, no, it's controlled perfectly. And every now and then you should acknowledge your doorkeeper. Blessed doorkeeper, thank you for all the brilliant work that you do for me. Because I know when I started off this work many years ago, we did get some little cock-ups. Can I use that? And wires got a wee bit crossed. And I used to really get spaced out because my mind was trying to analyze what was being said or why it was being said. But I've changed, and you will change if you take up any kind of work like this, which incidentally you already are. Okay? Your guides and helpers are inspiring you now, right in this moment as I speak. But it's a learning curve. That's modern day jargon, isn't it? Generally associated with, computer work. It's a learning curve. You've got to learn all the right things. That's it. Computers are so precise, right? If you tap in just one wrong digit, it don't compute, especially emails. The amount of time I haven't had my glasses with me and have got well wound up. But then when I get hold of me glasses, what the, going on, right? Oh, I see that I've just been missing a digit. The sneaky ones for me are these lowercase, well, I call them lines. But of course, you can miss it. You can just sing and sing and then sing. But you learn again in the learning curve that there can't be any spaces. Okay, so you've got that to go, hold on. Oh, it's not a space, it's an undercase dash. Ah, dash. Really? I was struggling the other day trying to communicate that and sort of said, well, what are they? They're dashes. So you can look on your keyboard if you've got a computer and you'll get two, obviously, as you have for most things. Now, I've got someone trying to call, but I've just started, literally just started. We try that again. You can send a quick message up to your angels to contact his angels. Exactly what I'm talking about, isn't it? Everyone's got their guides and helpers. Blessed angels, can you please contact the angels of this person who's trying to contact me and inspire him to stop with whatever you inspire him with, whether it's, oh, he must be meditating, so he doesn't get upset, or, well, exactly up to you. He's making a video. It's obvious if he's knows anything about me, that's what I do. I used to send out healing mandalas. He could be someone, but I doubt it. And that's what I was known to do. Oh, Graham Clark, yeah, he does healing mandalas. No, Graham Clark, he goes on live video. Yeah, he talks about pyramids, seeing. The other day, he did this very comical, interesting one, and he's using cryptic titles in his videos now. I ain't gay, go elsewhere. Which was very much in the spirit gesture, because that's what was happening. I've got nothing against gay people, let's get this straight, but I am not gay myself. And I shared this, I can reiterate. Yes, someone can say, I love you and I'd like to kiss you. I can go along with that. It's because men can have that affection towards other men and not be gay, right? Let's just get this out. But when they start sending blatant photographs of their, joke here, penis, you see, it's technically legal because it's not, it's a new word that happens to you. New words come through. A penis, but what's it returned? Gay relationships. Right, all right. See, the mind's doing it now. Congratulating myself. Well, you can't help doing that a bit, but whatever. It makes it more entertaining, I might add, as well. It's like there's two of you having an argument. Oh, not quite, but look, I don't want to say that. and even challenge, but you don't hear voices. Yeah. Yeah. Be very wary of that. Many psychiatric personnel, that's like a flag to the ball. I'm impressed. Bit like a medium. Oh, it's not him. Bless him. We'll have to try that again. Blessed angels, please can you inspire this person who's trying to contact me on the phone through his angelic guides and helpers. He's being a bit persistent, but I am busy and I can't really answer his call. Thank you. Again, I reiterate, which obviously isn't because it's common sense, but if anyone did, for future reference, want to immediately contact me, well, of course, there's the email address, which I've been pumping out, gamper77@gmail.com. and that'll get access to me. You won't get a response. But this, like now, I mean, you really want to, shall we say, connect in, hypothetically. And you know, oh yeah, he generally goes on every morning, not necessarily at the same time, but you've got this dying question or whatever, if it is that, see what I mean. But, right, but hypothetically it can be. I mean, I had a guy on from, for him it was a life or death matter. Can you get me a visa? I'm from Pakistan. Now that's, as we would say, cool. Well, yeah, I couldn't. But, you know, but he did the right thing. He came through comment. Hi, I'm saying, yeah, I'm from Pakistan. Yeah, great. Can you get me a visa? And so I did interject that into the live ministry. That's someone else. Dear me, I'm popular this morning. Blessed guides and angels, please can you inspire this person's guides and angels that are not available, and that could you perhaps try back later, or check out the live feed. Thank you. Amen. So the person's trying to phone me now, and then you spot, well, hold on, let's see if he's online. Because again, if they know my habits, they know. Well, he's either meditating, he's either on the phone to someone else, quite a few options, or he could actually be doing, which I am, because they know, well, he does one every morning and he hasn't done one yet. He's probably live now. But what's challenging with that, although it probably isn't the case, obviously Facebook do a brilliant job. Every now and then I could, well, rightly so. And you get little messages if you've shown interest in a particular live speaker. You know, right, Graham's online now, or Graham is doing a live broadcast now. But if you've unfortunately haven't got, is a plug for Apple, certain equipment that isn't able to and doesn't do that, i.e. a mobile phone, right, a lot of them, oh, it'll be a salesman. One of the best bits of kit you can get, I'm just about to send this to a friend actually, right, is a mini iPad. And if you went on eBay, and people have eBay all over the world, so I know that, you could get one of them far cheaper than any mobile phone. But they're not a phone, but they are a video communicating device. So you can log into Facebook, YouTube, whatever. And if you're into Facebook, which obviously all you people are, you can do 3 video talking, whatever you want to call it, all over the world. You need Wi-Fi, but then now that's openly available. You don't have to have it in your house. There's cafes and whatever. So I'm predicting there's going to be an upsurge. Oh, I didn't show you that. It's only applicable for some people, but you can get these upside down. Come on, Graham, not very professional, but I'm not trying to be. Right. I'll pull it back. Beautiful attachment keypads. So if you happen to be an adept typer, you don't have to do all this finger prodding, right, which you'd normally do with an iPad, because of course it's screen sensitive. You can link it up with a little keyboard, and away you go. You know, blah, 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 if you type. You've got the best of both worlds. A brilliant size, called the Mini, but I've got to really pull it back. But that's far bigger than any phone, but not too big for you to sling into a little bag or shoulder bag or whatever and take around with you. Anyway, that'd be 50 quid. Apple. I've just heard Apple. Whoa. have done an amazing year in sales. That's it. It wasn't just that. Trillionaire. Not him, but all right, the company is accredited with making £1 trillion. Okay? They are. They don't need me for that. Anybody can see and knows that Apple products are the best. Sorry about that, Microsoft. Although you're catching up, and there are some very good, powerful laptops. Blessed Father. Thank you. So don't get me wrong. I know this is someone different. We'll try that again. Blessed angels, please can you contact this person's angels and guides? No, he's a bit persistent, this one. To wait, really. He's obviously, or to be inspired to tune in to this now live broadcast, where he, through the comment box, can put this as wee question. But having said this, turn it round. If I'd suddenly made a contact with, or someone had accepted my friend request, because with me it's both ways at the moment now. I had 100 friend requests this morning. Okay. I never reject a request. Ask, you shall receive. Yeah. It's no harm. The technology's here on Facebook. You do get a few, shall we say, bad apples, or people that have got the wrong idea about you, and it's obvious that, you know, as I did previously, you know, are just out for a gay sex connection, shall we say, and that's purely their motivation to connect with you, yeah. Krishna, and I am linked into Krishna consciousness, and all the three major world, he's a bit persistent this one, but I won't say so. 3 world major avatars, which is Christianity, because I've been to the Jesus Fellowship Church, Buddhism, because I'm actually Thai Buddhist. I've taken refuge in the Thai Buddhist system of teaching. Hence, I showed earlier the Thai Royal Police tattoo I have. I personally befriended a member of the Thai Royal Police. I mean, befriended for a year. I mean, he was a cadet when I first met him through his sister, who was absolutely fixated on me. In Thailand, nearly everyone's got black eyes. And I'm your blonde, blue-eyed boy. And it was amazing. She was young, obviously, 14, 15, just coming to that age, sexual awareness or attraction and all this. But it's all done correctly. I was actually in a relationship. Naughty person, really. If you get 3 or 4 declines. But then that's maturity. Some of us can say, oh, he's obviously busy. And some of us can say, oh, we've all got that bitterness. But I want to speak to you now. Right. Where was I? Yes. So her name was Mild. And she was the sister, obviously, of the man who's only a young man. He was actually in the Royal Thai Police cadet system training. He's now, as useful contact, you see, a captain in the Royal Thai Police. Gone up in the ranks quite a bit because we're only talking a few years. But yeah, obviously it's It's a different system, but if they recognise it, oh, he's dedicated. Whoa, and you have to be in the Thai Royal Police because you are directly linked in with the king. And that's how you see it. Very honourable job to do. Right? So, back to his sister though. Mild. And but I was in a relationship with a friend of the mother of Mild, and the whole family used to just come round. Mild's mother, obviously Mild's father, and just for entertainment, social, and they'd always bring me food. Oh dear. Jap had obviously said, because she was my cook come whatever, she knew that I had, mind you, I was diabetic, but she knew that I loved certain fruits and things. And there's a thing called I'm waffling, right? Star fruit. But it's one of the few fruits that a diabetic can safely eat. You know, you can get recommendations. And so we'd often go to markets, have to hunt around for a bit. And, great when we found some, because we could buy a bit of a stash and put it in the fridge, star fruit. So they would bring that, or I've had a melon given me, and it's like, well, that's what friends do anyway, isn't it, really, I suppose? But no, this one, we weren't having a meal together. It's just they're coming round in the evening, and I get, like I say, a melon chucked to me. Feed the animal in the corner, all right, chuck a melon. But she would sit right by me and just gaze into my eyes. And it got a bit, embarrassing. So I am actually there with my girlfriend. But of course, the parents are there, and the parents would often say, do you find Mild attractive? I'm coming to the gist of the story, right? And I said, well, yes, I do. But part of me was saying, but I'm in a relationship with Jack. In Thailand, this gets some men. You can have up to 8 wives. I know it sounds like the 8 wives of Henry VIII. And it's only, and rightly so, on the gist of if you can afford to keep those 8 wives. Right? So you are assessed. You apply for a marriage license. You've got, shall we say, 2 wives already, or 1 wife already. If you haven't got proof of financial, and that's a good way, isn't it? A good system. Then you won't be able to get married. Of course, you could do other things, but I mean, so it's quite. I mean, I met a guy round my girlfriend's brother's house. Now again. And that's how I met this guy, and he was just, we're watching the football, it was. But one thing I can watch, because it was in Thai, but obviously if you're watching a sport and you suss, that's the good side. I mean, that's the side they're supporting, and that's how you seem to suss that out. And they say that, oh, we follow you. They ask you, do you like football? I sort of go, well, sort of. I like whatever. And we're watching this football match, and of course I go when a goal's scored was in, right? And it just came out of chit chat over watching the football and whatever. Or a friend who spoke a bit better English than him. Oh, he's got 8 wives. I said, okay. And then it's all explained to me. So we go back to Mild. I will. So it is quite feasible because her parents, seem to accept her attraction to me. And obviously that they'd have attempted, oh yeah, I mean, there'd be no sex outside of marriage with them. Again, very honourable people. But if I indicated that I would be interested in marrying their daughter, whoa. And if I had the means, whoa. And obviously Jack would accept it. It's part of the culture. Generally, that's the case. You get a wife your own age, and then you'll get a younger wife, especially if they're now their consideration is children. Jack, bless her, was not old, but even so. So generally, it's again common practice. You'd have a younger wife. Oh, Jack would have been over there. She loved children. She got this one daughter, which I'd adopted, Ploy, godfather, right? And, that was very clear. We're back on the sex thing. Yeah, she wanted children. And, I don't know. Well, we just see, won't we? It's not something I've done, at least I'm not aware of it. When I was a young man, I was having sexual relationships with a lady, right? But she was surely the perpetrator. Shared a bit about this. Yeah, fair enough. Wasn't underage or anything like that, but she was the perpetrator of the relationship. And she did get pregnant, but she saw other men, and I'd be on the road. Someone's really hitting a, as I say, yeah, hitting a nail here, getting a lot of thing right. People like you talking about these things because they need to be transparently discussed. Yeah, we all go through the sexual urge come thing. We all have masturbated, right? Didn't quite go into that, but it is an off thing of that. A gay person was clearly in a video conversation indicating that he wanted to, he was getting aroused. And I wasn't, so I did that thing. Me do nothing like that. Me wasn't making suggestions that, could we have sex or anything. I was starting to talk about pyramids. But that's what I did the previous video. See? Me ain't gay. Please go elsewhere. And today, right, back to that, you can't see it. What I've often talked about, the spiritual lessons within so-called the devil's rock music. Get it? You can't always get what you want. But if you try sometime, you get what you need. Now that does mean many could be taken away there, but it does mean when you pray or when you're wanting something, and you could use that aspiration, right? But then in response to your requests, you don't get what you want, but you get what you need because there's a higher intelligence knows, well, that isn't going to help you. All I want is a relationship with that person, and it'll be all right. And then someone else comes into your life and you do start a relationship with them, and it would have been a lot better than if you just went after the first person. You can't always get what you want. Blinking hell, thanks. I don't know what it is, because get loads of thumbs up. Thank you. I shared this the other day. Live feedback, and we can all do this on these live broadcasts. I shared about that. That if this is ministry, okay, talking about spiritual things and whatever, and sex and things, but if you did this to a worship video, i.e. somewhere in the world now, there'd be a worship, what would you call it, a ceremony, but meeting, now is it? No, it's not. It's someone different. But I'll do the same mantra. Blessed guides and helpers, please inspire this person's guides and helpers that are not available at the moment and that he can try perhaps another time. Thank you. Now, thanks. Someone's really because you do get off on it. It's amazing, especially when the little hearts start coming up. And this is you who's actually doing it. Now, it could be him again. Yeah, he's a bit persistent. Eventually, it'll sink through. You know, it's just about him. Well, if he's busy, what could he be doing? Wow. Oh, he's probably doing a live video now. Soon flip over, check it out. Scotland's you get this map of the world, and you can just quickly with your mouse, if you or whatever, scan to Scotland. There won't be that many people, if at all. And I'm right up top. For those of you who take that, when you go onto the map of England, but I'm right up the top end of Scotland, just below what's called the Highlands. Right? In fact, for some people, they do consider us part of the Highlands, so we get a bit ripped off. Well, we're charged extra postage when we shouldn't be. It's quite an. I wonder if I can. Well, I have to look into that because it is annoying, and you can somehow click a setting where all incoming phone calls, you just get a flash, but no sound. But no sound. So you're there and you're doing your work, and you can see by a flashing icon, someone's trying to phone me, but you can still decline it as well. But it isn't so distracting. I mean, it's for you people as well. It obviously comes through the microphone and you hear it. Yeah, probably is actually. But if power. Now, we'll carry on the same tact. You can ask your angels to assist you, because that's the golden rule. Ask, you must invite them in, acknowledge them respectfully. Even little things like that. Often I'm looking for something. Blessed angels, can you inspire me where to look? And I do. I'm looking in something. It's there. Blessed angels, can you inspire me if there is such a facility in my software? It's a bit long worded there, but it doesn't matter, to actually isolate the sound of incoming phone calls. Thank you. And you will be. And sometimes it's just you mucking about. You know, you're just twicking around with your mouse, and then there it comes. Go into settings. There you go. I'll probably ask it now. You go into some kind of setting software something, and there'll be incoming phones. Isolate icon only. So it's like you see it, but you don't hear it. Because obviously it does interfere with the call. Or the video, in this case, transmission. Oh, yeah. Of course it does. It cuts across the voice. Now, I'm going to go back to Mick Jagger. Bless him. You can't always get what you want, but you get what you need. I think I've nearly finished what the Spirit might be prompting me to say. That simply put, if that's applied to prayer, right, it means that your prayers are answered, but not always in the way that you want. And this goes into something like the pendulum as well. You've got two possible options, right? Or you're inspired, but are not sure which option is correct for you, or a decision to make. You only learn this by trust and by doing it. So you get your pendulum, you attune the pendulum to you by asking it direct questions that you already know the answer. Am I a man? As an example. And you'll get a response, and that response is obviously yes. You can ask the opposite then, am I a woman? And you'll get a no. Right, like I am saying to you, but I've already done this. And then you can ask it a question that isn't so obvious, and you'll generally get a different pattern. It'll swing side to side, as an example. But you do that for yourself, and it's different for different folks. But once you've become attuned to the pendulum, once you've trusted, because you can ask, obviously very quite serious, but you take, it's a growing curve again. It's easy to say, oh, it's someone different. Yeah. You can then use the pendulum, because the pendulum is connecting in with your higher self. So it's a science. And yeah, his persistence, the same guy, I thought was like. They learn, because eventually you get the point. Well, he's online. I mean, must have to suss that out. Yeah, you get see, that's it. If you're on Facebook, you get these little red dots, who's online. But it could be other things. I could be on having a phone call with someone else. Right? So you just learn he's not ignoring me, but he's busy and he's doing something else. Whatever. May again see an idea of course, it's all making the thing, but the software could be improved. I mean, you can upgrade, and you do upgrade your software all the time, bless them, Apple. But it happens that if you are doing a live video, which can be sussed by the software, right, then it automatically goes on to that mode. Or it could even be again repeated, just you clicking a button. I think on phones, I'm thinking, what's it called? Airplane mode. But it's with Bluetooth, but similar. Meaning you don't want to be disturbed. And actually then it does isolate anything. Certain places you're not allowed to use your phone. Slightly gone off tack a bit. But the technology and the means to solve that little issue is easily available and can easily be done. And it's me water. So you can marry up to 8 people in Thailand. See, different culture. But you will be checked out if you've got the finances to be able to support 8, 3 or 2 or whatever wives. Yes, now this is going a bit, I'm inspired to talk about it. Artificial insemination. Hypothetically, you could be someone who it was important that your seed is stored and that women who wanted to can have your children. That is how I believe the whole knowledge of that artificial insemination can and does work. Many other reasons, people can't have a child, or the person's got an illness, and the same analogy, but the person wants to have their child and they're married, and so their semen can be stored. And getting into the semi-humorous, men can also sell their semen if it's considered that they've got some very good genetic qualities, that they've been verified that they're a disease resistant to this, to that. and to that, there's probably quite a market for this. Right, humour. If you happen to be someone that has, we're getting to it now, amongst other things, a big sexual urge, to be quite the point, you masturbate a lot. Well, why waste, if you have got these qualities, this semen? It can all be tested. You can have, they can test the quality of the semen and all this. If there's enough whatever in there to actually whatever. And it's said when you get older, your semen quality does drop. But in semen count, it's probably called, but whatever. As a suggestion to all you undersexed individuals who are, masturbating using magazines, masturbating watching pornography, which incidentally, I've probably lost the point a bit. That's what happens apparently when you go to. But you could be earning yourself some money and doing a good service, because all this stuff about overpopulation, yes, but there's also now the scientific means to genetically look at your genetics, probably wrong, your DNA. And it can be shown, as far as it can be, that you have got the potential to have a child that's very intellectually advanced, disease resistant. I know it's talking like it is animals, because in a sense it's a bit like that. Because many scenarios, you can have a married couple, but the man in the couple has clearly got a genetic fault, and that it's a very high chance that if he had a child, the child would have a defect. Now, if they're adult and mature, again, because you go to a semen bank and it's all and part of it is, on both sides, the donator is told clearly you can't go and look up and hunt out the children that may have been sired from your semen, like an example, and rightly so, and vice versa. So it's possible for a couple who, again, we're back to the tie thing, perfectly financially capable to raise a child, perfectly capable to give that child a fantastic home, education, right? If they're that way inclined, the child's prone to become a very intelligent, useful member. And I'm not being, people, he's having a go at disabled, I'm disabled, whatever. It's not that. It's just to justify and promote the usage of a sperm bank facility. I'll conclude. I feel that's a far more positive, constructive way to channel your sexual drive. There, I've got it out now, is to do that. Actually, Mike could tell you, when you go to these places, obviously it's hard to get an erection. You've just been through a sterile interview and all this, so they provide you. That doesn't, right, with a magazine to help you get aroused. But the good you're doing and potentially are doing is good. So all you men that have been told, well, you're very intelligent and you've got great athletic capacities, whatever. It is a bit dying, isn't it? How are you out there? Give us, how do you feel about these phone calls coming in? Just challenge. Eh? No response. Right. Well, obviously, it's probably not so bad for you. I mean, you obviously can hear it. So that's that. You can't always get what you want, but you get what you need, right? I think we've covered that. The sex thing can obviously be ongoing. I was joking going into the homosexual thing in the previous video. Nymphomania, I've had an experience or encounter with. I mean, I'm not a qualified psychologist, and each person can make their own impressions if you happen to meet a nymphomaniac. And there is, for me, a lot of compassion came forward. Like I say, I sense that she just didn't know love and had been treated that way herself, used as a sexual object. And so in her way, it was getting back at men who had already done that. And so she took advantage of men. And a lot of them were underage because a maturer man wouldn't just automatically, enter into a sexual relationship with someone who's just accosted you on the street. But a younger man would just jump at it. Wow, free sex and whoa, let's go for it. Probably get themselves into quite a bit of trouble because you would in this country. There's an age limit. And the woman herself can be prosecuted as well. So I don't know about it. A pregnant pause, a glug of water. See if there is. Oh, I shared about Frank Zappa. Did probably go off on a bit of an Iggy thing, Oh, again, transparency. I have had lots of instances whilst I'm doing this work, and over quite a few years, like I say, this has developed, that through the mind, right, Graham, you're going to probably end up being quite famous. Okay? Because, your mind can see what's going on here and that people are attracted to me. But the way I resolve that is this is the way, this is a pop song, I was born this way. And I think we all know what I'm talking about now, the lady singer. Right? And that's how I am memorised at the foundation. And I used to have this discourse with a young lady, but in a fun way. Why are you so beautiful? Right? It's a question to her, because she was. But I was checking her out. It hadn't gone to her head, you see. She just, whatever. Why are you, every time I meet her, why are you, it's paying her a compliment and giving her a bit of a boost, which is needed at times. And then the answer came through me, because I was giving her the answer. Because God made you that way. So it's a perfect good response to get people who can wrongly assume that you are promoting your physical attractiveness. Get it? Well, you're not. You're just being you. You were born that way. And that God made you that way. Now, that completely squashes any people that are coming on to you, but you're not really interested in that. And so, the response is, yeah, I was born this way. Sorry about it. Sorry I'm very attractive. Oh, there we go, man. So attractive to you. Sorry you get sexually aroused by just seeing me, right? Because God made me this way. Now, I've just been through a bit of a thing with Krishna and my experiences in Krishna consciousness. And this got into a deeper thing of that Krishna demonstrated immense attractiveness. But that's how he gained his devotees, which were all women. And that over many lives, and we can witness this, we'll see many gurus and teachers that attract women. Now, this goes into an interesting thing. Recently, we're talking right now, a beautiful film that's been made called Mary Magdalene. Now, a bit of a cutting word. In the 15th century, the then Pope, correct me if I'm wrong, Pope Gregory, but it's easy to click, the 15th century, declared to the then Roman Catholic Church that Mary Magdalene was a prostitute. And of course it stuck. This film is portraying, which incidentally is also, as if somebody wouldn't care, backed up by a recent Pope who made a statement that no, Mary Magdalene, the link, was one of Jesus's closest disciples. She was there when he was arrested. She was there at the base of the cross with Jesus's mother, one of the few people you see that dared show up. Anybody showed up, the authorities would know that they were connected to them. One of the most, and this is a beautiful film, it's out now, Mary Magdalene. And you'll see a totally different portrayal of this woman and how it was the women that Mary Magdalene then inspired as the early Christians who did go forth, not just the disciples, get it? A lot of them were freaked out and didn't understand that Jesus had to go through the crucifixion. Didn't get what they wanted, which was for Jesus to be this rebellious king and lead them into some kind of overtaking the Roman establishment. Get it? You can't always get what you want, which is what they wanted. Clearly, there's the rebuking in the Garden of Gethsemane by Peter, correct me if I'm wrong, who eventually became the line of concession for the popes, right? Peter the Rock of the Church. He was clearly deceived, didn't understand and appreciate that Jesus had to fulfill this role, and tried to talk him out of it. Oh, you don't want to do that. This is from an agape that I took, all about the sufferings of Christ, right? Jesus had to do what he had to do. It was fulfilled, and Jesus could have called down the angelic kingdom. But again, he had to do that. It's rather like Star Trek, lighten it up a bit. They can't interfere unless we ask them, right? Golden rule. Same as your guides and helpers. You invite them in. It eventually becomes an attitude of heart. You don't have to make a big outward display of this. Blessed angels, can you help me do this? But you can if you're ministering to people. The concept in the church is to pray out, meaning deliberately pray so the person you're ministering to can clearly hear the prayer. When I took this guy into the River Findorn and took the water from the River Findorn and held it up to the sky and prayed out, blessed Father God, when this water touches this person, may be released from this episode he's going through. And it did happen. And I did it 3 times, He was more water, and he was released from the psychotic episode. But the praying out was significant to that. No, so I just mumbled and said something, and he couldn't understand what's being said. It probably wouldn't have been effective. Because there's an element, if you're working in healing, have got to cut through that person's resistance. So the praying out and the pre-ministry is part of that role. You're preparing them, removing any blockages for them to receive. They accredited, as this man did clearly, that Jesus has just healed me. And he went back to the psychiatric hospital, which he'd done a runner from. That's obviously what he told them. And he was immediately, as he told me what would happen, be heavily sedated, because his father was a very wealthy man and had got influence on the hospital. Oh, my son, he comes out with all this religious stuff, just sedate him. But he told me this had happened. Apologise for those who heard this before, but it's just what I'm being moved in spirit to say. So you'll like this, Joe. So I went to the Kimberley Arms, which is a well-known pub in Findhorn. We walked out from the Findhorn River. It's a well-known place. It's like a slipway. Bit of a walk, but not too good. And ended up in the Kimberley Arms. He brought me some beer and asked me would I, quote, phone the police, which I did. And this has all been recorded because the police came to the Kimberley Arms, told them he's all right, he's not going to resist anything, he's coming peacefully. Anyway. So they did, they just stepped in the doorway, two of them, and they knew who they were looking for anyway. And we shook hands, went to the door with him and did, as I promised, go back the next day because he gave me money for a taxi. Then the Coca-Cola said, well, it is a miracle. That's my opinion. Right. Same analogy this time. He was heavily sedated, but could make out who I was and mumble. And I said, well, what do you want to do? I'm not going to say anything. Popular boy this morning. And he clearly indicated you want to get up and phone his father. But in a very heavily sedated way, if I can make it. So, it's his faith. You appreciate this. By your faith be it so. But I prayed out again and asked that the Coca-Cola be blessed and that may it be changed and may enable this person, when they drink it, to be released from the effects of whatever drugs they've been put under so he can make a phone call. Plum, sip, got up, went outside, made a phone call, quite excitedly. I could hear it, it's just in the hallway. And to his dad, no, I'm all right, Dad, I'm okay. Meaning I'm not mentally ill, I'm okay. Jesus has healed me. Right, very blatant, very clear. And Jesus had healed him through me. Get it? We don't get on a trip. But yeah, because that's what Jesus told us. Greater things than me will you do in my name. And the prayer was in the name of Jesus Christ. Which again was part of the praying out thing. Then what happened is the nurses come in. His father had obviously rung back immediately. What is it? What's my son doing up? Very angry at me. Implied I'd given him some kind of drug. Implied or inferred they were going to call the police. He's administered again, but before you better go, man. You better go, right? Because he'd had this happen to him before. Many other times where he'd shared some indication that something spiritual had happened with him and his faith had been zoomed up. His father was also an out-and-out atheist. And it was like a flag to a bull and that was it. But he had power and influence. So whatever the nurses may have thought, they've obviously got to, in a sense, respect his father's will. I want a kid. Anyway, a quick prayer for him. Well, my friend, I've forgotten who you were, and I know you had a name, either Baxter's or a very similar sort of large manufacturing facility in Scotland. Might have even been a brand of whiskey. But for some reason, this information is not available to me. Blessed Father God, I ask that wherever this person is, that his guardian angels may inspire him to seek me out. I would love to hear from him and see how he is now. And that if he has been, which could have been the outcome, curtailed in some kind of psychiatric institution, lock-up come ward, I ask that I may be inspired and know how to reach him. I ask this in Jesus Christ's name. Amen. Now, I've been inspired. Hello there. All right. I'm just about to say something really far out and you're ringing me. You're in the wrong place and at the right time, Dr. John. Must have been in the right place, but it's the wrong time. But that doesn't matter. I've got people messaging me. I will get this word out. Right. Because I've been inspired, and we'll see if it's over the air yet. Okay. Graham, you keep going on about these miracles. Put your money or your sanity where your mouth is. Get your evidence. Because there's another person as well. Again, disappeared, don't know. But I can ask that question. Well, blessed angels, I ask that the young lady that I healed and administered to, and that a healing miracle took place, where she was again, also as this man was, released from a psychotic episode, who, as the angels and her angels know who she is, I ask that she be inspired to reconnect in with me. I would like to send to the Pope an explanation or a description of these two healing miracles. But I would need the recipients to verify this. If this is appropriate, I ask that they are inspired through their angels to get in contact with me. I am merely showing that I am open to do that if that's what needs to be done. I ask this in blessed Lord Jesus Christ's name. Amen. Now, I'll be here nothing, but I will. We end this with, I'm going to end it now. See, right circle. You can't always get what you want. So my ego, right, we're just hypothetically, oh yeah, great, glamour, fame, recognised as a worker of miracles. That'll certainly get you work as a healer. Good God, yeah. But the people at the Findorn Foundation know about both these instances. Okay? So I can also put that challenge. You know, Lauren witnessed the miracle regarding the young lady who was going through a major psychotic episode, had freaked the whole community out, had claimed she was an elf. And it really, imagine that, all the group that she was with visiting the foundation know about this and witnessed it. And then they all witnessed the miraculous change when she went for that little walk with me round the point, went out an elf and came back a beautiful woman. And her words to the people that were, oh, it's magic. I don't know what he said, but whatever it was, because I did meet her again, just like the guy, and I meet her again, and we just hugged. And she'd got a lot of anger and resentment against the foundation, which may have been contributory to her going into psychosis, but had made her peace. And she was going to leave. I made sure, well, you're okay? Thing, and she said, yes, I'm all right, and that, and whatever. She was on her own, which is unusual, but anyway, yeah, it's the same guy's thing. And the man, it will come to if it's meant to be. But that was witnessed, I didn't finish that, by people from the foundation, because I'm quite a well-known character, right? I only visit the foundation on average every couple of years. And that's been consistent for over many years, maybe even 30 years or whatever, or 15, 20 years at least, right? So when I came into the Kimberley Arms pub with this guy, who was okay then, but even so, also a stranger perhaps to them, who's he with? And when two policemen came and took this man away, you're not going to tell me, I could even name names, that some people from the foundation witnessed that. What's all that about? Oh, yeah, there's people are. So, I'm going to end it. I have gone round the circle. Thanks those that have come. The initial lesson was a quote from Mick Jagger song. You can't always get what you want, but you get what you need. Right? Now, all I need some Bosnian pyramid water. Right? I've had response back. Lovely little invite saying that's okay, Graham. Sort of the gist of it was, you can come to Bosnia and you won't have to do the work, because I shared that. I'm not too good physically and I can't sort of shovel whatever. That's, oh no, you can just stay, buy your water, and you'd be like a guest, and that's perfectly cool. You can book in, but you don't have to do work, right? It's then gone to the United Nations page. I apologise, I can't help this. For Bosnia, via Facebook. And I posted a video and they've acknowledged that, but it was quite an interesting response. They said, which government are you trying to contact? Because apparently that's part of the problem in Bosnia. There's 2 or 3 different factions who consider that, they're in charge. And because of that, there is, shall we say, a very badly organised infrastructure. And that means the postal service, whether it's paranoia, fear that bombs could be, is restricted to only paper goods only. So no one, I'm not going to get angry, it's someone different. Busy boy today, I'm getting out of here, mate. So the situation in Bosnia is you can't send anything through the post other than paper. So I've now got a predicament. I'm not in that position, but I could be. I could sell some things to actually do. I'd consult my pendulum, meditate on it, that maybe I have. It sounds ridiculous, but if that's the situation, it's not the community itself that can't be bothered or don't see the significance of getting that water out. They obviously do. Well, they do now, they see. Right, no, but they do. They know that, yes, it's got immense healing potential. They can't overblow that. Again, anything like that, you can't make claims like this water can miraculously heal anybody that takes it. This water can help restore the planetary situation and heal the planet. Oh my God, no. Anything like that. You can't make any claims of that nature. Be considered irresponsible. So I am going to clear off. Thanks to those that have joined us. For those that may want to share, the next process is this video is downloaded and then it's going to be uploaded to YouTube. So it have the same sort of title, the date. You can't always get what you want, Mick Jagger, but the date. This is the first video I've done today. Yeah, it's only nice. Thanks to all those. Thanks, Joe. I don't know how many people there are because you only get shown a thing, but I'm off and this will be posted on YouTube.